Welcome back, guys. This time I'm showcasing the AD-4 Skyraider, the Skyraider version that was put in the French Tech tree with 4 AN and 3 cannons instead of the 2 that the American version has. And I am liking this plane a lot. I wasn't expecting this because as far as I remember, I hated flying the AD-2 when it came out. But I think that was probably the case because I flew it wrong. I tried to fly it as a ground attacker, and I got shot down all the time and wasn't able to do a lot most of the time. Especially not anything that would result in winning for the team. With the French Skyraider, I decided that in RB matches I will not fly this as a ground attacker. I will use this only and solely as a fighter. You will probably think, well, that's pretty stupid. Why would you use this heavy ground attacker as a fighter? But wait. I think in this video I will probably show you some bits where you can see why this is definitely one of the more effective fighters in the French tree. First of all, as you can see, you can dive very fast, and you also have dive brakes, which most of the other French planes do not have. And you have an air spawn at 1000 meters in RB, which makes it, in my opinion, infinitely more effective in your average game than a VB10-02 or VB10C will ever be. And this game is a very short one for me because I got shot down here. And I would have probably got, I got shot down by the G55S here that was coming in, but the fire of the plane, would have probably killed me anyway. But I got 3 kills. I have drawn fighters down from the high altitude range, and that is always important if you fly a plane that is not a very competitive fighter. So if you want to help the team out while flying an attacker, try to use distracted enemies or distract the enemies. That will definitely improve your win rate quite a lot, and it gives you also quite a lot of RP, if I'm honest. We are gonna stop this here, and I will show you some other bits and engagements with the Skyraider, because this match we will win, because most of the enemies were down low, and this SO8000s were just head-on-ing all things, and the Axis fighters were nice enough to. So back in the hangar, I quickly want to show you why I think that this plane is pretty effective. As you can see, that's RB, and this is a ground attacker, and most people only use it as a ground attacker, but I think 23:9 ratio, if a plane can do that, I would consider it a fighter. There are some other planes around that also can be used as a fighter, even they are not classified as one. like the first IL-10, for example. That's also really effective as a fighter and not so much as a ground attacker. The AD-4 would be pretty effective as a ground attacker as well. It has loads of armament to choose from, but I decided to not use it as a ground attacker. Maybe I will in Sim, but in realistic, it's just too much fun to to troll the enemy fighters with it. So that's it for this bit. Let's show you some other bits of and scenes of this plane. And I'm back with another short clip. This time on El Alamein, and again, which you will probably see, there are thick clouds that cover a certain altitude range. And I found that it is most effective to use the AD-4 in situations like this, where you could use your excellent dive speed, or you can reach way above 700 kilometers an hour, close to 800 as well, to dive on the enemy and even use your heavy airframe to climb up and regain a bit of your altitude you lost. Of course, you will never be outperforming a 5.7 PR German fighter in boom and zooming. But in a dive, you can actually catch them if they're maybe distracted, maneuvering, and so on. So don't underestimate the AD-4 in terms of the ability to dive after the enemy, especially if he's lower than you, then you can easily catch them. And I always try to do this with the AD-4. Hide in the clouds, wait until my friendly fighters or ground attackers have gone down low, and when enemy fighters try to attack them, I just dive after them. That's pretty much the way how I played the AD-4 most of the time, and it's working out pretty decently, I think. And you have a better input to the outcome of a game than if you just ground strike. You get shot down probably 80% of the games or something, and it's not even sure that your impact to the game with killing tanks, for example, will have the desired effect of winning the match. And that's why I generally try to use every plane possible in a fighter role in realistic. In simulator, I probably still would try to use the Skyraider as a ground attacker, not as a fighter. But yeah, that's a different game mode with different play styles, and here we have another example where people don't expect you. This was one of my earlier games with the AD-4. Crit the K4 here, but sadly nothing major. I still had my I haven't unlocked the belts or the better cannons. I would highly recommend unlocking the better cannons for this plane as fast as you can, because they overheat like crazy all the time, and I even overheat my guns in this game as well, which would cost me a kill. And the 152 blows up, and I shoot the wing of the K4, but I think Now, because I overheated one cannon, I'm out of ammo, and yeah, he just continues to fly with one wing, and again, here I try to fear him away or something, but yeah, it's not gonna happen, and he does not decide to crash, so I lose out on the kill and only get an assist. But I hope that this short clip here showed as well that surprise diving attacks after some fighters can be pretty good in this plane, and it will surprise a lot of enemies that you have the ability to climb with them after they started the boom and zoom attack. And if they are boom and zooming and they have a lower altitude than you start from, you have the advantage in the boom and zoom. I even climbed after D9 Fokker Wolves with this plane. Of course with some additional altitude, but your speed that you can reach in a dive, and also the effective energy retention for such a heavy plane makes it pretty effective. So that's it for the AD-4 for now. Maybe there will be some other videos, who knows, and goodbye.